Hi everyone, Jerrel here from Sungrand. I'm the developer of the Silver Falls games. I'm checking in, saying hello to everyone, thanking everyone for all the support for the Silver Falls games, and letting you know how things are going here. So I've spent the weekend camping, just stepping away from computers for a while. It was really fantastic. It was a much needed break after 4 years of basically rolling my face across a computer keyboard back and forth. I went to a music festival. I sat around a campfire for days just hanging out and singing songs and playing music with total strangers, and it was a total blast. It was really great. And now, actually, I've been sitting in my tent. I've been actually writing songs and preparing some of the soundtrack for the upcoming Silver Falls games. So um, I've had some things on my mind, and I want to share those things with you. And one of those things on my mind is that people have been asking for Guardians and Metal Exterminators on the Switch. I know that I wanted to keep these games exclusive to the Wii U and 3DS, and especially there are certain games that can't be ported. But I think the demand for Guardians and Metal Exterminators HD on the Switch, I think that's reached a point where I really don't have a choice but to respond. And so I will be working on launching that on the Switch before Face Takers. I do want to focus on Face Takers and bring something exciting and interesting, but I've just realized that as I've been sitting in my tent at night and I'm sort of peeking out these little windows that I have in my between my rainfly and the main unit of the tent, I realized I can kind of see outside, and it sort of freaked me out a little bit. And I was getting a bit paranoid, just out in the middle of nowhere, pitch black. And I thought this would be. I had some fun ideas. I had some paranoia and some apprehension about being out in the middle of nowhere in the dark while I was developing Face Takers. I had Face Takers on my mind, and so I've felt some inspiration and a sense of fear as I was thinking about Face Takers, and I was outside. So that's going to. There are some ideas that I've had while I've been out here, and I want to incorporate those ideas into Face Takers, and so that's going to extend the development of Face Takers a couple weeks, so I can implement those, and so to really keep my studio going and to give you guys something fun and exciting, and to respond to the demand for Guardians and Metal Exterminators, I will be bringing Guardians and Metal Exterminators to the Switch very soon. Europe didn't get to experience that game at all, and anyone who didn't have a new 3DS didn't get to experience it either. So this is going to be for all of you. I've just had person after person after person saying, hey, I didn't get to play Guardians and Metal Exterminators because I only have original 3DS. And of course, all of our fellow gamers in Europe that let me know that they were disappointed they didn't get to experience those new games. And so this is my way to thank all of you. I know, especially in Europe, people went and picked up the Switch games to show the support for Silver Falls games. And so this is my thanks to you guys. I know I said that I didn't really want to port games, but I want to bring this to you because I've had so many people ask for it. And this way I can fine-tune, make adjustments, I can incorporate some improvements and requests from people, and I know we all want that soundtrack extended a little bit, so I'll be writing. I've been writing new music, haven't I? So I'll be writing and recording new tracks, and we can have an expanded soundtrack, or the definitive soundtrack for Guardians and Metal Exterminators on the Switch. I'll be redoing all of the visuals, and I will be expanding the playable character roster. So there will be more humans, more story. Thank you to everyone who let me know that you enjoyed the story, the character interactions, and the events in Guardians and Metal Exterminators. I will be creating more story events. There will be more humans and more monsters. And I am working on Face Takers, so that means that I'll be bringing Face Takers into Guardians and Metal Exterminators on the Switch, and they will be playable, as well as some other fun guys that recently we all created them on stream together, didn't we? And so to address the title, the subject of the video. So while I've been out camping, it was really just a chance to be myself again, to just be a person, and to finally do things that I enjoy, and to engage with things that I'm passionate about and that I enjoy, very much so playing music, hanging around with people at the folk music festival, sitting around a bonfire, just chatting, singing songs that we all like together. I got to repair some instruments while I was sitting around the campfire, so I like purchasing broken instruments and then repairing them. It's just a fun hobby of mine. Um, I got to I got to be a person. I got to be myself, and stepping away from computers and phones, from social media, especially from YouTube, from the content cycle of of just consumable content on the internet. It was very refreshing, and I've been able to step back from everything, and I finally, after years, have a much better and clearer perspective over what's going on and what's happening in terms of how I reach people on the internet. So one thing that I've always had on my mind that I want to avoid, and it's very important to me, I do not want to become a content creator. I don't want to be a content creator. You have to have a very specific identifiable brand and personality, and you have to convert as many aspects of your life as possible into content. You do actually have to exploit people's emotions and their loyalty in order to really be a successful content creator. And that's something that I've always been conscious of doing that I really want to avoid. But over the past couple of months, and I didn't realize it was happening at the time, but I was getting caught in the machine of the algorithm. And, from week to week, I was just creating things, videos and posts, and I was thinking, what kind of stupid thumbnail will work in the algorithm? What kind of title will work in the algorithm? How do I get more people clicking on my stuff? And I became obsessed with I've got to get this post, I got to get it viewed more times, I need to get it liked more times, I need to get, this stream, I need to get this amount of people in it. And I was becoming a content creator. And so this video is me communicating with all of you to let you know that I've been able to take a step back from that and understand what was going on. I now have a much better and clearer perspective, and I'm letting you know that I'm not going to be doing that anymore. So what does this mean? This means that potentially when I'm communicating with you guys and making future videos and checking in, doing live streams, there's a good chance that I'll probably be more boring. I'm not going to try to be this loud, fun, exciting personality. I'm not going to be someone that I'm not. I want to be me. And I'm just a normal guy. I'm not a content creator. I don't think I'm crazy exciting. I'm just a normal guy who wants to make video games for people, and that's all it comes down to. So that is what you will see from now on. I think probably my posts will be less crazy and dynamic. I've decided I'll never again fall into the machine of the algorithm. I'll never worry about, video titles and thumbnails. I don't care about that. I don't want to care about that, but it is part of the job. But I need to decide to put my foot down. That's not what I am. I just want to be myself. I want to be a normal guy, and I want to make video games for all of you. And that's all I want. And if it means that I don't play the algorithm, and because of that I have a smaller audience, too bad. That is the result of my decision. And that decision is, I'm not going to be a content creator. I'm just going to be a normal guy making video games for all of you. So, thank you to all of you for supporting Silver Falls, for sharing the experience of these games with me, especially when we are on stream and we're just hanging out. It's really fun just hanging out with all of you. But I'll probably, I won't be as bombastic in posts. I think my posts from now on Twitter and all that are going to be much more boring. I'm not going to try to ride the algorithm anymore. I'm not going to be controlled by a machine. I'm going to be controlled by the wind, baby. So, take care of yourselves. I'm going to go work on Guardians and Metal Exterminators now. I need to finish up expanding that soundtrack. Thank you to everyone who told me that you enjoy that soundtrack. You can have more of it now. And thank you to everyone who has asked for Guardians and Metal Exterminators on the Switch. I'm again redoing all of the graphics. I'm improving the game, bringing more to the soundtrack, expanding the roster. So, thank you everyone. Please take care of yourselves. And we'll talk again soon. Take care. See you everyone.